So one of the things I like to do is I like to research what is going on in the world around me, and I like to kind of see trends that are developing before they really become mainstream. And sadly, one of the big trends that I'm seeing developing, that a few people are reporting on, but not a lot, is the fact that people, especially senior citizens and people over the age of 50 in general, are having to work a lot longer. We used to have this ideal of people retiring and be able to take care of themselves on Social Security and things like that. We're seeing a lot of senior citizens having to keep working, and also seeing a lot of people 50 and over who are kind of losing their jobs and having to go out and find new jobs. And this is very difficult because a lot of the jobs are being taken by younger people who will typically accept less money. And so there's this real issue of working past a certain age and then being able to actually even find work in those ages. And there's also another disturbing trend of people 55 and over, senior citizens, who are finding themselves home insecure. That's not necessarily homeless, though some are, but more and more seniors are finding themselves home insecure, which basically means that they're living somewhere, but they might be living with relatives, they might be renting a room somewhere, or they might have a place, but they're not sure they have enough money coming in to stay at their place. They're not secure in that home. Sadly are gone the days where everybody goes over to grandma and grandpa's house and it's just kind of the center of the family. More and more seniors are finding themselves, typically due to no fault of their own, being in situations where they don't have, the family home. They don't have a house that's paid off that they can stay in. And so I want to make this video and talk about a subject that actually helps to cover both of those issues. And that is about jobs that provide room and board, and these are jobs that actually welcome senior citizens. They actually welcome people who are over the age of 50. They're actively out there looking for them. And this type of work is seasonal work. If you haven't watched any of my other videos about seasonal work, basically I'm not talking about seasonal work at like Sears or Toys R Us or Target, jobs that just come around for Christmas. I'm actually talking about seasonal work at places typically that are driven by tourism. These would be places like national parks in the summertime, ski resorts in the wintertime, tourist towns, basically any places that don't have year-round work, but they really have an influx of people certain times of the year. So a lot of these seasonal places are open summertime, or they're open in the wintertime. Some are open summer, winter, things like that. So I will go ahead and admit these are not full-time year-round positions. They are seasonal, but if you do it right, you can move from seasonal job to seasonal job, and you can stay employed pretty much throughout the whole year if you want to. Like me personally, I'll work for like 4 months, I'll take a couple months off, then I'll go work for 4 months again, take a couple months off. So that's kind of how I do it. Now, since these jobs are located in pretty much remote places or touristy places, they know that they're going to kind of be out of the way. These jobs typically provide housing. Some provide it for free. A few of them provide it for free. Most of them provide it for a small fee that they take out of your paycheck before you even get it. So it's almost like you don't even realize you're paying rent. And some of them also provide meals. A lot of them will provide one free meal when you're on your shift. Some of them will have as part of your employment package, you will get 3 square meals a day. The place I'm working at now provides housing as well as 3 meals. So I don't really have to worry about anything once I get here. And the cool thing is these places are actively searching for older people. I get asked about this a lot. These places are actively searching for people who are the age of 50 and older because they know these people have a great work ethic. They know these people will show up for work every day, and you don't have a lot of the troubles that you have out of a lot of the younger people that they have to hire. Those are their 2 main kind of groups of people that they hire, is young people, late teens, early 20s, and kind of older people. I'm like a rare case. I'm 38 years old. There's not very many people my age working seasonal work, because they're typically dealing with kids and family and mortgages and all that other stuff that scares the crap out of me. So their main core, young people and older people. And with the young people, you're going to get a certain amount of, kids who don't want to work, never had a job before. But when they hire senior citizens, people over 50, they get kind of, they rarely have any problems. A lot of the places, especially if you work in the national parks, they will have RV campsites. So if you don't want to live in employee housing, they will have, you can, and you have an RV, you can bring your RV and you get like either a free RV spot or discounted RV spot. Sometimes you can still take advantage of the meal plans. But basically, these are jobs that, the cool thing I really liked about them, got me into it, is that there is room and board. So if you are in a situation where maybe, the Social Security check or just the job you got isn't bringing in enough money to where you can month after month feel like you're going to be able to pay your rent or wherever you're staying, I think seasonal work is a great way to get away to some really cool exotic places. I mean, you can just look at the scenery behind me. I'm sitting here right outside Rocky Mountain National Park. You can get away to some really cool exotic places and actually save some money. Since I started doing seasonal work in 2015, I've saved up more money than I ever did in my life before, because when they take your room and board, all that out of your check, all the money you get is yours, except for whatever little bills you might have, cell phone, things like that. You don't have to worry about those two big expenses, and it allows you to save up some money. I always encourage people, hey, come do seasonal work, 1 season, 2 seasons, save up some money. Then you can go back to the real world, with a little money in your pocket. Maybe that'll help you out in finding a place and staying ahead of all your bills. So definitely, if you are in that situation, maybe it's or maybe you're a senior citizen and you just want to travel more, see more of the country. You're traveling around, maybe with your mate in an RV. Great opportunities in seasonal work for you as well. But if you do find yourself, in the later years in life and just kind of not where you thought you would be financially, seasonal work is a great way to kind of meet some cool people the same age, see some cool places, maybe save up some money. And I know some people in that age group that thought they were just going to do it for a season or two, and now they've continued to do it. You can find full-time positions at some of these seasonal places if you like it that much. I know a really good friend of mine, I think he might be in his mid-50s. He works seasonal work constantly. He loves it. He's having a blast. I feel like I just met him recently, but I feel like he might be happier than he's been his whole life. He seems like it. So if your seasonal work is something you're interested in, I highly recommend you check out the website coolworks.com. I will leave a link in the description box below. You can ask me any questions you want about it in the comment box below. But it is really something you should look into, and I think it can provide a much needed option for senior citizens going forward. I feel like this trends that I've seen, I've been researching, isn't going to go away, sadly. Homelessness in general is going to become a huge problem in the United States and around the world in the next 5 to 10 years. And unfortunately, a lot of seniors are going to get caught up in that. So yes, highly recommend seasonal work. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later.